Hello, oh, ne ke re ko botse gore ke live ne.
The program, the bathrooms are back, but in order for you to get there, I would like you to please use the other side and not here at the back where the speakers will be standing, please. Light refreshments will be served after 12 p.m. at the locker area to my left. And I think you may have seen that on the seats there were a few programs that were there. If you could kindly please just share them amongst people sitting next to you, please, just so that you are able to follow what's happening on the program as well. So I'm sure you all know that Shawn was a people's person. He literally brought happiness to every room he entered into, and whether you encountered him on a personal or professional space, he also made sure that you were always happy. You know, his energy was very infectious. I think the times that I got to interact with him were very genuine moments and happy moments where I think that's what he sort of marked in each of our hearts. But without wasting any further time, I would like to call upon Uncle Sandile to start us off with an opening prayer, please.
Good morning, everyone. Ngokosiko lethu ke sike siqale sicule before standards. Ngiyathemba sizocula sona. Thina silindele usuku olukhulu lokubuya kwenkosi uJesu lapha bangcwele beyohlwithwa webangcwele. Haleluya, beyintokozo yobazana naye uJesu thina siselapha. Injabulo yabangcwele thina silindele usuku olukhulu lokubuya kwenkosi uJesu lapha bangcwele beyohlwithwa webangcwele. Haleluya, intokozo yokwazana naye uJesu thina siselapha. Injabulo yabangcwele. Sisamile ngeenyawo. I'll just read one verse to comfort the family. And I know there have been a lot of tears shed during the week since we heard the stories. Everybody was crying, everybody was sad. So just to comfort the family and comfort friends and comfort everybody, I'll just read one verse, then we pray. Isaiah 41 verse 10. So, do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous hand. To the family, to the partner, to everybody, God is with us. God is with you. You can see how many people are here just to support and give strength to everybody. Let's close our eyes. Baba ngcwele siyabonga. Wena wazi isiqalo nesiphetho. Namanje uphindile wayenza intando yakho. Njalo masithandaza sithi intando yakho ayenzeke emhlabeni njengoba yenzeke ezulwini. Namanje noma kubhlungu inhliziyo zidabukile, amanxeba evulekile, ikhala engesena kupheshwa zivulekile. Siphinde sakumemeza sithi usaphakeme namanje. Sithi uthando lwakho sithanda ngalo usidlulisa ezimweni owaziyo ukuthi sizokwazi ukumelana nazo. Namanje siqinise umndeni, uqinise abangani, uqinise bonke abamaziyo uShawn, bonke abamthandayo uShawn ngegama laJesu. Amen.
Sandile. Just a note to everyone that the session is being streamed live. If you do have the link, kindly forward to those who are not able to be with us today so that they can also be part of the celebration of Shawn's life. I would like to call upon Rabbi Myeza to come and give us the opening word, and then we officially begin.
Milang, Katsong, Abusheng, good morning, Sanbonan. I would like to give respect to our son Sandile by singing a song. We can all sing, O Lord my God. Oh Lord my God, when I in awesome wonder consider all the universe display, I see the stars, I hear the rolling Sings my soul, my Savior comes to me. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God to me. How great thou art, how great thou art. Okay, I'd like to introduce myself. Indate Manja, Babu Myeza. In our family, we're a family of 6. I'm the eldest. This is Ulu, Babu Mdala, Sandile. Sandile being a son of the Babu Sandile, the last one at home. As we know, I think it's been said, we all gathered here to celebrate the life journey of Sandile, also known as Shawn. They know them as Shawn, and the last 2 days I have discovered that he's actually graduated to XO. Or, okay. In fact, we know that there is a career, we are all aware that there's career progressions. In this case, there's name progressions. Okay. So, on behalf of the family, I would like to welcome you all who managed to be here on this special day. I also would like to thank all people who made this day a success. Truly speaking, personally, I have mixed feelings. A feeling of losing a beloved son, the only son of Babu Sandile. A pain felt by all those close to him. Shawn, the mother of his son, the families, his siblings, friends, colleagues, and all of us here. On the other hand, a feeling of good memories that Sandile, Shawn, has left behind, which forms today's theme, which is celebrating his life journey. During his limited time that Shawn had in his life, he managed to pursue and realize the career of his passion. He made lots of friends, business associates, and workmates. And most of all, him and Shawn, they were blessed with a treasure, their George's son, Aman, our grandson, the Fourways family, and the Myeza family. We thank God for that, for the gift. This boy shall always be an image of Shawn in our minds. Now please allow me to hand over this platform to other speakers who will have the privilege to share their memories, their moments and experiences that they enjoy with Shawn. I know everyone here would have loved to share the highlights of their journey with Shawn, but the program only allows the few that will represent all of us here. May his soul sleep in peace. I thank you all.
I would like to next call upon Babu Sandile Myeza, who is Shawn's father, to please come give us a word, followed by the Myeza brothers, please.
Sanibonani, dumelang, unjani? Hayi ngiyazi ukuthi ngiphatheke kabi ukuthi uphathayo. Asithi ngene ninjani? Siyaphila nathi. igama lami nguSandile Myeza, ngiyise Sandile. Leli gama lithi Shawn-ke noma igama lithi Shawn likhulile kusho ukuthi walithanda, kodwa akusilona igama alithole in the street, maybe as a DJ or whatever his career was, but igama lakhe likwi-ID Shawn, igama engamupha lona kangazi ukuthi uzolithanda, but clearly he grew to love it, and he even prefixed it with a "sir" at some point. So it's a privilege to be called a "sir." It doesn't come easy. It comes with a lot of hard work. I don't write speeches, especially when I have to talk about a person that I know before he was born, a person that I raised, a person that grew in front of me every single day. So I don't have to write down anything. First, I want to thank all of you for being here. I want to thank all of you for your support. I want to thank all of you for the love and ilitshengisile to Sandile esaphila emhlabeni esahamba nathi, and the love that you've continued to show uSandile ngasekho emhlabeni. Your support is unparalleled, and we are grateful as the family. Much as the family, we are hurt by what has happened, by the passing away of Sandile, but we know that you share the same pain with us. So we are here with Sizoduduzana sonke. It's not just us as the family, as if everything is to do, but nani, Sikelani to do in this trying time. We know how much you loved Sandile. You probably spent more of his adult life with him than I did. I would spend half the night with him. During the day, he would be sleeping. Spend a couple of hours with me in the evening, and at about 11 he'll tell me, "Pops, I'm out." And he'll be back the following morning at 5 a.m. Alale. He would get up at about 11. I would have prepared porridge for him. He said, "Son, you can have your porridge, it's ready." And then he'll go back to bed, or he will get onto his laptop, meetings. That's the life. Sometimes he would call me at 3 a.m. and, "Pops, please open the gate for me." He'd help, but Sandile and that. I know I've left the car, but I parked it somewhere, go ahead here. Yeah, but hey, I wasn't complaining because that was the nature of his job, that was his career. All I had to do was to support him. Ngifuna ukubonga imndeni ekhona la ngokukhethekile. I want to thank the family yakwaMkhize lapho kuzalwa khona uSandile. Uma wakhe wasishiya ke esasemncane kakhulu uSandile. Was still at primary, probably around 10, 11 years old when his mother passed away. But his family continued to love him and to support him, and he never felt for one day ukuthi uma wakhe akasekho emhlabeni. Ngiyabonga kakhulu Rokhawazela. Ngibonge nasemndenini wakwaDlamini lapho kuzalwa khona uma wakhe for the support any niggas of Sandile throughout his life. I want to thank the whole family. We met, well, I met their daughter some years ago. What's that about? 7, 8 now? 9 years. And since then, we've been very close, and we are like one family. We have seen that on many occasions in different events that we've had to come together. And sikubone kakhulu logo with the passing yaka Sandile. In fact, not just the passing yaka Sandile. From the point when Sandile got injured, they were there throughout until today. They have not given up. They are not relentless. They are relentless on the support here. They are only support rate from visit to 1 minute in was again. They are only support. Sandile has been everything to me. From a small boy to today, uhluphile. No, he was not. At some point I would ask myself, what's best, a son or a daughter? Hey, because Shawn, I think, hey, he gave me a hard time. He gave me a serious runaround. And there are a lot of culprits. Yeah. Abazi, ababegijima. But that was part of growing up. And probably if he had not been that kind of person, if maybe today I would have nothing to say about him. But despite all that, Sandile was very respectful. Sandile was a very humble person. Sandile was a very loving person. Sandile, bengimthethisa manje, ngimthethise, hey, 2 minutes later, Sandile ukhohliwe ukuthi ngimthethise. He's coming back to me, hey, Pops, this and that and the other. So that's who he was. I am not surprised ukuthi today I see so many of you under this roof. It's something that personally I would not have been able to achieve, to bring together so many people. But for Shawn it was easy. You know, it's not been long that Shawn spent time at my house in Pretoria. But interestingly, all the guys that work in the garden and everybody, they know him. Sandile was now telling me that, I know, you see that gentleman at the corner there, he's a soldier, he's the chairperson of this. Oh, Sandile, how would you know that? I've been here for years, I did not even know who is the chairperson. No, I speak to him, you know, every time I see him we have a chat. But that's who he was. And that's why it was so easy for him to navigate through his career. About 2 weeks ago, I had a meeting with YFM. And management at YFM, they say, you know, Sandile was the only person that could, within 5 minutes, contact to Black Coffee and come back with an answer and say, no, he's coming. He's coming, don't worry, he'll come and perform. And they said, we've been looking for him for 2 or 3 months. You can't get hold of him. He doesn't respond to his social media, whatever you call it. You just cannot get hold of him. But Sandile would just send a WhatsApp message. We'd get a response from Black Coffee, and Black Coffee would leave whatever he's doing and come through to assist with. That's the nature of person that Shawn was. Silahlekelwe as a family, silahlekelwe as friends, as colleagues, Shawn. But may in memory yakhe ihlale nathi forever. He did something very strange yet wonderful. After he got shot, he picked up the phone, and I still don't know how he did that. He picked up the phone, he called me. Ari Pubs, we've just been shot. You know, okay, so where are you? And then he gave me the location exactly where the incident took place. And then he said to me, Pubs, I'm struggling to breathe. And that was the end. Now you can imagine the fear when your child drops the phone on you and you call back, he's not picking up after I told you that he's struggling to breathe. We get to the hospital, and Charlene, you're going to hear this for the first time because there was no ways we were going to give you this feedback. At the hospital, the attending doctor, the trauma doctor who took him for a scan, comes back, she calls me to the side, and we all know when the doctor says, I'm sorry. We know what that means. You don't even want to hear what they have to say. You just walk away. So the doctor calls me to the side and she says to me, Sir, I'm really sorry. I don't think your son will make it. He says the damage that has been caused to his head, the pressure on the brain, the blood on his brain, and this and the other, we don't think he's going to make it. She goes on to say we've called out a neurosurgeon, but says still I don't see what the neurosurgeon can do about this. There's nothing he can do about it. Now my task was to come back, change the message, and give a different version to Charlene, because there was no ways I was going to tell her the nonsense that the doctor had just told me. And I'm saying nonsense because it was nonsense. Then the neurosurgeon arrives about an hour or so later. He walks in to have a look at the scans. He walks out within a space of 2 minutes, and I was shocked, which I know he's just coming to confirm what the first doctor had said to me. To my surprise, the first thing that he says to me, he says, I've been a neurosurgeon for 11 years, and I've never killed anyone at theater. If you give me the opportunity to take your son to theater now, I might just save his life. But if you don't give me permission, he'll be gone within the next 10 minutes, give or take. Like any parent would have done, I said, Doctor, you need no permission, please go ahead. After the operation, the doctor comes back and he says to me, no, don't worry, it's sorted. I've managed to save his brain. I expect this and that complication with time, but otherwise he's going to recover well. That was quite encouraging. And Shawn, being the fighter that he was, he defied the doctor's prognosis that said, let's give him about 2 or 3 weeks and see how he recovers. It was a Sunday morning. I think as early as Tuesday, he started moving his fingers. And we saw this recovery, every single day there was a change. A week later, he was already communicating with us. He was frustrated that he could not talk because of the tubes in his mouth. He was frustrated he could not see us, but he could hear us. A day later, he could see us and hear us. And then he started his signature. Hey, uhambe said so. Mawuthi, hey, mfana, uzokubona. So he started doing that, and honestly, he came back to life. A week and a half later, and I'm sure Shalene will be able to recount this better than me because she's got the dates written down for each event. Sandile was already writing notes. He was demanding a pen and a paper so that he writes the notes and gives us whatever message he wanted to give us. He started writing in Chinese, but after a while, no. The writing came back to the language we understand. By Tuesday, Wednesday last week, that removed all the tubes, and he was talking to us. We were laughing with him. He was making jokes with us. My friends are better now. We World Cup. We're already discussing which team is going to win next. He was back to life. All we were waiting for was the day when we will be asked to come and fetch him and take him home. What happened after that, I cannot tell you, because the condition changed overnight. Were complicated, and before we knew it, he was gone. But we are grateful for that, because it would have been too sudden if Shawn had lost his life at the point of impact. God brought him back to us so that he will leave us with a lasting memory of him, with a good picture of him. He was looking good. He was happy. I would ask him all the time, do you feel any pain? No, there's no pain. So he had no pains anymore. They even removed the anesthetic or whatever it is that they were administering on him. So he was back to life. And he left us with smiles on our faces, those of us that had the opportunity to see him on his last few happy days, and a lot of jokes that he told before he gave in. So, ngalawo mazinga ngifuna ukuthi kunina nonke duduzekani, and you must know that Sandile, he is happy and he is okay where he is. He is where he is supposed to be. Uhambe ngesikhathi ebekufanele ahambe ngaso. Ngiyazi ukuthi kubuhlungu kuthina ngoba besafisa ukuthi sibe naye. But Sandile did not belong to us. Sandile belongs to God. uNkulunkulu umthumele emhlabeni for a particular purpose. He served the purpose that God has sent him to come and serve emhlabeni. Why that? uNkulunkulu does not make a mistake ukuthi akuthathe before he gets because yakho. That's why he came back to us and was able to communicate with us. So, from the family of Myeza and from mina njengo baba Sandile, Shawn, Mr. XO, Mr. whatever other name that he had, it is abonga for your support, and sicela nani ukuthi niduduzeke, and would like to implore all of you ukuthi the fact that we have all come together today as one family like this, much as it was because of Shawn, and Shawn has left us, but it doesn't mean ukuthi we must bury this with Shawn's body. Mele niqhubeke nithandane, nizwane, and support each other and be there for each other throughout. I thank you. Thank you.
Can we please have the Myeza brothers come up, please?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Lindo, very close friend of Shawn, and the gents behind me, his brothers, have asked me to deliver, I guess, the last message to them and to all of you on their behalf. So this is on behalf of the gents, and obviously due to the conditions in the state, the boss that I've taken the honor to deliver the last messages for them. Bati, Myeza, Mzukwas, Timbali. We will truly miss you, Baf. Never for a second do we think or imagine that such a day would come, especially this soon. We would always speak about how we would be when we're older, how we would have our kids staying together, as well as our grandchildren. But life had other plans. Our partner in crime, there'll be no more arguments about who actually has sicknesses or whose heartburn is a problem. No more random and silly jokes that will make us throw up and say, Bafo, I actually did you a favor by crashing your car, and I reorganized and upgraded it. No more questions of Myeza and Nizanine Goli. No more hearing your voice. And no more you crying in your apartment or starting arguments. We're truly broken at the fact that now we need to learn to navigate and go through this thing called life without you. As we both know, neither of us could be separated from each other. We're going to miss your non-stop calls for the smallest and silliest things, to a point of asking ourselves, Ganbafo, are we dating or something? We truly want to thank you for being an awesome brother. Thank you for the life lessons. We want to thank you for always being there for us, and we cannot explain how grateful we are for the little time that we had and the fun times that we shared. Therefore, as the Myeza brothers, we'll continue to take care of each other as we did when you were present with us. You've left us with a beautiful gift in Amani, and we're going to do our absolute best to carry your legacy and extend the lessons that you've shared with him. And of course, knowing you, we know that you're going to set the table for us when you get to heaven, and we're very much sure that you've already started pouring a cold drink, the EXO. Rest in peace, Bafo, until we meet again. And then lastly, a message from his sister, who unfortunately could not be with us today, as she is overseas, absolutely broken at the news, and she asked that we extend the message on her behalf. And she says, Udwame, I never thought the day would come where I would write a tribute to you. Ngiyazi ukuthi sonke njengoba siphila siyisikweletu that one day sonke kumele kuhambe sihambe emhlabeni. Life will never be the same without you. You had such a strong and bold character. As a big brother, you played your part to leave when necessary and always protected me. A lot of things happen in life. Some just need a big brother to solve, and you never failed me. I always knew that I could count on you no matter what. Bengisho ukugcwala umlomo ukuthi ngizotshela ubhuti wami if anyone gave me trouble. I will always miss your warm hugs, your silly jokes. I always miss your hilarious impersonification, which you're always spot on. Thank you for always being there for me, for loving me. Thank you for supporting me and for all your wise words. And of course, thank you for just being you and a great big brother. You may be gone from my sight, but you will always be in my heart. I will truly try and find comfort in the memories that we share. I will always love you, your loving sister, Pam. Thank you.
Greetings to all. I go by the name of Myeza, Shawn's younger brother. May you always walk in sunshine and God's around you flow. For the happiness you gave us, no one will ever know. It broke our hearts to lose you, but you did not go alone. A part of us went with you the day God called you home. A million times we needed you, a million times we cried. If love could only have saved you, you would have never died. Lord be with you, and may you rest in peace. Myeza, we thank you for the endless love, laughter, happiness, and joy. It was never a dull moment whenever you were around. Shawn has shared his beautiful energy with all of us, which is why he will continue to live on in our lives, because energy never dies. We may have lost you in the flesh, but we have gained you as a guardian angel. You are now much stronger, my brother. Continue to love us, continue to protect us, continue to give us strength. Ilanga lishonile, ulale kahle mzukwazi. We shall continue to move with love and purpose.
Sanbonan, igama lami uThando okaMyeza. I am Shawn's youngest brother. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face, the rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. Mzukwazi, thank you for all the memories we've shared and the unconditional love you've effortlessly shown. Your presence and energy radiated and undoubtedly continues to radiate each and every individual and space you've come across. May your journey be a peaceful one, illuminated with gleaming light and guided by a choir of angels. Through the fiercest droughts and storms, you firmly fought till your final moment and bestowed a great sense of strength and courage. But now it's time for you to rest and ascend to the golden gates of heaven. Sleep, child of God. Sleep, child of light. Lala ngoxolo Myeza. Lala ngoxolo Dimbane. Sohlezi sikuthanda. Sekulungile. May the road warm upon your face, the rain falls soft upon your fields, and until we meet again, until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of His hand.
I would like to call upon Mrs. Kanyo from the Myeza family to come to the sword.
Good morning, everybody. Kanye, Sandile's meeting Mamnani. This is Wusi, Big Mamkulu, and this tie is the last born Mamnani. Cindy was just here, Sandile's mother. So it is a good morning for me because I'm here to celebrate and honor a life of a big man, a big personality, just with a very short structure, just here, you know. Sandile, when he was born in Durban, so I'm at my grandmother's house, at our grandmother's house, and you know when you live in grandmother's house, it's like Bazulu, Malume, auntie, everyone. But for some reason it was very warm, very loving. And when Sandile came, the first day I remember, he brought calmness for some reason, Sandile, and he was so cute, very plumpy, very energetic, never cries. So when Cindy passed away at 26, before even then, at 4, Sandile was very strategic. He would, at 4 years old, you know, at 4 years old, he knew, because we were all so young, and when her mother gave birth to her, so we all became mothers to Sandile. So when he grew up at 4, he will know if I have problems, if I need to complain, if I need an advice, he will go to Mamkulus. But for some reason, he never called us Aboma, Abomamkul, Abomamnan. We were always sisters. He was the youngest brother, and for that reason, he went to Busi. And then for her mom, for his mom, he would go to his mom only when yathetiswa. Or mama yaban, look, okay, discipline, teacher. That was Cindy's role. And then when he came to me, like, Sister Nyo, and Sandile knows with Mamne party, Sandile party, and hey, Mamnani, the last Mamnani, I know we got thinking game. If you Sandile tell any more, was by police, Kitchenis Tabila, my police, the woo is Tabila. If you take that smoke and a toy, he has good to buy a victim was Tabila. So that was a Sandile, and he grew up like that in a very warm house, and we appreciate him, we loved him, and as he was growing up, same thing happens when he was older. He honored all of us, he loved all of us, and one day he was calling, he called us by our ages. He was like, guys, tell you cream. He says, listen, he's a no cream here. Because he was always energetic, he was always happy, he was always everywhere he goes, it was just fun. So he was never down. That's why he's gone, but we're celebrating because we know he lived. We know he was always happy. He didn't want to see anybody sad. He was a loser, and then he'll make jokes about your sadness. Where he is right now, he's looking at shame. Guys, I just met my mom. Yes, we're having a party here. You know, that was Sandile. So when he introduced us to Ushalin, we even remember the first day over to Ushalin, and she says she was wearing a yellow dress. At Kenya, I got feeling good, but yeah, my daughter, I'm going to do this is so zany, but I just had to do it, you know. And we all met Ushalin, we all loved her, and then we got to know her family, and oh my gosh, I have no words. Thank you from dad to mom, everybody, cousins, about great Gogo, Gogo, we loved everybody. And last but not least, in Bonge, the Myeza family, because he left us very early, Sandile, and moved in with Ukulu and the Myeza side of the family. It's like he knew that I have to divide my time with everybody. So from Myeza, with his first couple of years, he moved to his father's side. So the Myeza family, thank you for grooming our son. Thank you for making him happy all the time. He loved his father so much, and he got credit of everything. I remember and people act driver, you know how Sandile drives. He's just everywhere. A driver. And people were like, Sandile, I said it by Sandile, Utingelo Bani. And he said that Utingelo Mamkun, at Babam, Sandile. At Utingelo Babam, you go mad. The way everything is about that, you know. So thank you guys for everything you did for him, for loving him, his friends. He loved his friends, he loved his everybody. So on behalf of us, the mothers, thank you. Shawn, we love you, and thank you for the son and the family that we built for our son. You know, it's so emotional, but I'm just grateful for being honored to be part of his life on this earth. Thank you so much.
To the Myeza family. I think the common theme here is Shawn had big energy. I was about to say Shawn had a very infectious energy, and I think what we all know is we couldn't outdance him. Like, I think even if we tried, Shawn would dance the living daylights, and you wouldn't even try and mess with that, you know. But I think, look, wherever he is, he's very happy with the support that everyone is here giving to the family. We have an item on our program. There's just a slight delay, but what we will do now is move on to get a word by the Dave family. And I would request that they would brothers to please come forth to actually give us a few words.
You're supposed to be Shawn's brother-in-law, but I'm his brother. Shawn, standing here today, I hold so many messages for Shawn on my phone, thinking that I'd say it today, and nothing is said, you know. And I felt like none of those things are gonna make sense to what I feel right now. And I think Shawn not being around now is very difficult. It's unreal. There's so many questions that I ask myself. So many questions. But I think today I can stand here and say Shawn was always there for all of us. And he made a point that he makes me quite happy. And I've been through so much. And Shawn was always commenting like, but hey, where's the extra? Let's drink, you know. They told me not to stress. He told me every time we'll be kind, you know. And now that he's not here, I don't know how we're gonna be kind, but I know we are. I know we are. He loved Amani so much, and he made it a point that we must also learn how to be parents. I think he was preparing us for this thing. And just to be strong, I know he wouldn't want us to see us. He wouldn't want us to see us sad and all of this. You know, I always told him to rest when we had gigs to go to, and he said to me, "No, boys, there's no rest. If you rest, you're us, boys." So I know even though he's not resting, there's a party up there in Sandile. You know, it's sad. He always told me we're gonna ride together always, and the day we're supposed to ride together, I wasn't with him, and it is home. Like,
greetings everyone. I am Levi, and I'd like to describe Shawn as a God-given brother to me. But I too am here to represent our family, and in representing our family, you know, Shawn wasn't just Charlene's partner, wasn't just Amani's dad. He, in a wonderful way, also helped us find, you know, our foundation as a family, helped us become stronger, love each other better, and he did that so effortlessly, you know. From the lessons he's taught me, I know that everyone remembers him as like the life of the party and all of that, but my relationship with Shawn is more grounded, and sorry, in that grounding, he's taught me how to be a man, you know, and not just any kind of man, but more of a noble man, a man that one day I promise to adhere to, is that Amani can also look up to the men that he's tried to inspire us to be, and that when Amani's at the point that we all are as you left us, he's confident as you were, he's the life of his own party, and he's able to continue to allow your name to shine and allow your name to be as great as you had planned for it to be. In parting, I just want to leave you with a passage, brother, from a lyric, you know, of an artist we looked up to, you know, an artist who really defined, you know, your work ethic, your hustle, your ambition, you know, what you wanted to do for us as a family, what you wanted to do for the son. And you were fortunate enough to sit at the same table as this artist and plan a future that would be something beautiful. In parting, my brother, I want to say, here's a few words from your kid, brother. If you admire someone, you should go ahead and tell him. People never get the flowers while they can still smell them. An idol in my eyes, the god of the game, the heart of the city. You almost got the Rockefeller chain. It will never be the same. There'll never be another. Number one, Sir Shawn, also my big brother. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Up next, I would like to call upon Shawn's partner, Shawn, to come forward, please.
Hello, everyone. Here is how our love story began. Shawn and I met in 2013, and many do not know, but we actually met on Twitter. He sent me an inbox and asked if he could get to know me. Now, his inbox was one of many, and I just thought to myself, here's another one. I responded to his inbox a week after with a simple, yet filled with attitude, "Hi, how can I help you?" He responded by saying, "Hey Shawn, can I take you out for lunch?" I said, "Sure," when I come to Johannesburg, because he had indicated where he resides on his profile and I was still staying in the Northwest. Little did I know though that his inbox to me was actually based on a bet. He was studying at Boston Media House at the time and came across my profile online, and his fellow peer apparently said to him, "You will never get this girl, she's out of your league," and Shawn said, "I bet." I'm sure you all know that in Shawn's mind, there was nothing he could not do. There was nothing he could not get. Like, yeah, you all know. I don't even need to go into that. With Shawn, everything was possible. He bet on me with a bottle of Hennessy. Shawn loved Hennessy. He hadn't reached the XO level yet though. Meaning that if he didn't get to date me, he would buy his friend a bottle of Hennessy. Fast forward, we had our first date in Sandton City, and I remember planning with my little sister when I left the house and telling her that, "Sis, I don't know this guy, and when I buzz you, you better call me immediately and say, 'Mom says you need to come home now.'" This was my escape plan in case he was boring. I may have been planning my escape plan, but God was planning way more for the both of us, and little did we know. Days became weeks, weeks became months, and months became years. In total, I was with Shawn for 9 years. These years have been filled with love, support, growth, perspective, challenges, victories, blessings, and our greatest connection, our beautiful son, Amani. Shawn had this very rare ability to put others first. He was the most selfless person I have ever come across. In the years that Shawn and I were together, he encouraged me to study and build myself as a woman. Now, I initially came to Johannesburg to study, but my intention was never to have 5 qualifications at any point in my life, and I do now because of Shawn's motivations. Shawn would mentally trick me into doing a qualification and finishing it. He was so good at convincing. To Shawn, everything had a valid reason. You'd even forget that you have your own mind at times. I would ask him why he believes in me so much and why he's pushing me so hard. And he would always say, when you genuinely want the best for someone, you need to sometimes push them more than you push yourself. He would go on to say, I want you to be able to stand on your own the day I'm no longer around. Dear Shawn, the day you are no longer around has officially come. I don't know where to start or how to feel. I'm in numb mode. We had so many plans, some of which I'm grateful I've gotten to accomplish with you. You are my confidant, my best friend, my fighter, and I shared everything with you. You had a solution to all of my problems, my stresses, challenges, and fears. I actually didn't really need to use my mind when I was with you. You were my biggest supporter. I would tell you about a business venture I'm venturing into, and you would guide and advise me like you were the expert in that industry. Your confidence level was like no other. You remain true to who you are in every stride you take. In 2016, you made me a mother to our beautiful son, a son who turned into your mini best friend. You know, I would always joke and say to Shawn in the house, if robbers come in, I think Amani would say, take mommy instead of daddy. That's how close they were. You are a perfect example of how a father and son relationship should be. Psychology says the first 5 years of a child's life are vital. As much as I'm angry with God at this point, and yes I am, and it's okay to admit that, I thank him for allowing me to be not only a father, but a dad to our son for the past 6 years. I could go on and on forever about the love and relationship we had with Amani. Your connection was inseparable. So much so that on your last day with us, on the 19th of November, you decided to go for a daddy and son lunch date and had Amani ride his bike to the local restaurant while you walked behind him. I remember laying on the couch, it was load shedding, and she said, "Do you want to join us?" And I said, "I'm not walking to a restaurant," and I stayed. When such things happen, you then wish that you actually went. Where do I even start, Shawn? Where do I even start to fill the gap? Where do I even start to be the mother I know I am, as well as the father you were? You feared nothing but losing your son. Now he has lost you. You had such a positive approach to life, and whenever we would speak about death, you would laugh and say, okay, you guys can hear his voice in your minds, right? So I won't irritate him. If it happens, it happens. We all die anyway. Baby, why are you stressing? Let me even tell you how I'd like my funeral to go. And he would go on and on about all the details. And he was such a meticulous person. Having a memorial service here being one of them, I know you are smiling down on me and proud that I've granted you this wish. Shawn, you were a foreseer. You would foresee so many situations and come up with backup plans. So much that you warned me about so much when times like these would come. And much like your words, I know. You always told me to not everything needs a reaction. I'm hurting inside. I've got so many questions. I'm so angry, I'm afraid, and I am numb. For now, I will leave it at that. However, I want you to know, if tears could build a stairway and memories a lane, I would walk right up to heaven and bring it back again. No farewell words are spoken, no time to say goodbye. You were gone before I knew it, and only God knows why. But now I know you want me to mourn for you no more, to remember all the happy times. Life still has so much in store. Since you'll never be forgotten, I pledge to you today, a special place in my heart is where you'll always stay. To the Myeza and the Myeza family, your pain is my pain. I'm deeply sorry for your loss, and I pray that God grants you the strength as a family to unite and keep his memory alive. Amani will always be his son, and a reminder to you as a family of Shawn's presence on this earth. Myeza brothers, you have now gained a son, and that is not a light responsibility. I hope and pray for the sake of his son, and not mine, that his spirit, I hope and pray for the sake of his son and his spirit, that our journey doesn't end here, but continues gracefully. To my family and my friends, when I brag about you, I brag different. I honestly believe that you guys are cut from a different cloth, and they don't make fabric like you anymore. I wish everyone could get the chance to experience the caliber of support that I have when it comes to my friends and my family. From the moment Shawn was in hospital, you all stopped your tracks and you were with me every day, and I mean every day. I had friends take leave. I had my mom travel down. I had my brother stop everything. The list could go on. To this moment, I look around and my heart smiles because he himself knew our standards as a family, and he would expect nothing less from us. And I know that in this moment we have made him proud. To my father, every daughter needs a protector like you in these times. To my mother, my stepmother, my aunt, my grandmothers, my grandfather, every daughter needs grounded and directional queens and kings like you. To my siblings, every sister needs a ride or die like you. To my colleagues, I cannot thank you enough for your support, and you know that I appreciate you all. To Shawn's friends, we come way back. I promise to continue Shawn and I's hosting traditions and invite you over for lunches. I might just think about it because you guys really eat a lot, so we'll see. To his colleagues, may you continue to be graced by his spirit, and may his efforts live on. I will love you always, Sandile, yes, until the casket sings. With that being said, I know our son wanted to say something. He's only 6, but he's one of the bravest little boys that I've ever met. So I'm sure he will say something. Would you like to say something, Amani? Okay. So Granddad just needs to lower this for you, okay? And I know he's Johnson.
Hello, everybody. I just want to say I miss my dad. But I'm also happy in a better place. And I also love my daddy because if I was sick, he would always help me. Bye.
And we had a tribute performance for Shawn. I would like to please call upon Kelo to come up first, please.
All the angels they gather waiting for your arrival, but a few they come down to where your body will be laid. So many tears, spiritual rain, the angels sing to numb the pain. Ikaw linda ako ezulwini, ikaw linda ako ezulwini. Ezulwini, ikaw linda ako ezulwini, ikaw linda ako ezulwini. 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 Ikaw linda ako ezulwini ezulwini, ikhona indawo yakho ezulwini. As the angels they gather listening to what the people say, many names they use in your honor, people are in pain. They call you brother, father, husband, hero, brother, my father, my hero. Ikona, ikona indawo ezulwini, ikona, yena, 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 ikona, ikona. Ikona indawo, ikona, ikona, yena, 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 ezulwini. Rest in peace, my friend.
Thank you very much, Kelo. We had a little bit of a break in the program, but I would like to call upon Shawn's friends in this order: Sam Shikambana, Kelo Nube, as well as Tabiso Sikhobe, please.
I greet you all in the mighty name of Jesus Christ, amen. Standing in front of you, Sam Rashwambana. So I like all long way back. How do I even begin to condense 16 years of friendship in just a few minutes? But I'll try. My brother, whenever I met you, I'd be giving this speech at a funeral. For years I'd been reciting it, being out speaking at a wedding, not under the circumstances. Life is true. And here we are. Anyone who knows Shawn, knows me, knows Shawn. We moved around like we were joined at the hip. There was nothing we wouldn't do together. We were polar opposites. That's what made our friendship so unique. I am told he was short. I'm a bit on the darker side, he was a little bone. I was always in the background where he always loved the spotlight. He was outgoing and I a bit reserved. In our younger days, he would say to me, "My boy, when we pursue a girl, if she doesn't want me, she'll definitely want you. If she doesn't want you, she'll definitely want you." And that's if we tried to show it well. Shawn and I met in 2006 at Ellen High School with my two brothers behind me. And our friendship grew throughout the past 16 years. Shawn was not just a friend to me, but a brother. We were not connected by blood, but considered him a friendly member. Shawn had the biggest heart I've ever come across. He was never envious, never jealous. Your victories were his victories. Your loss was his loss. When you achieve something, Shawn will be happy for you, more than you are even happy for yourself. That's just who he was, a genuine person. You don't find many characters like that in him. Shawn was also full of life. His laughter was infectious. He brought smiles to everyone around him. He was a joyous soul, and anyone who knew Shawn really enjoyed his life. He lived a life that most would not live up to in 5 lifetimes. It's as if he knew he only had a short time on earth with us, and he lived his life to the fullest. He would celebrate the smallest of victories, take the biggest of risks. He was daring, but everything Shawn did was always meticulously calculated. Something he took from his father. I don't know if you could see it, but Sandile, though I know you're no longer here. Shawn mimicked you in all that you did. From the way you would speak to basic mannerisms. He was his father's son through and through. No wonder he was a part-time lawyer. Not that he had a choice, because he was the biggest troublemaker. And he had to withstand your interrogation somehow. Charlene, thank you for giving my brother his most precious gift. Amani was everything to Shawn. He loved that boy with everything, with every fiber in his skin. And it's not a coincidence that he said what he said to you in his last moment. Hold on to that and raise that boy the way you know you would, Amjad. You have our support. We'll always be there for you. Shawn, my brother, I'm going to miss you. The endless calls, the life lessons, the debates, your wisdom, the jokes, your love, all the crazy stories we shared. I still can't imagine life without you. I am broken. I am in pain. You gave us so much hope. I thought you'd make it. I thought we would still spend a lifetime together. We had so much to do, so many plans. There's so much to celebrate, so much more to achieve. Life has truly rocked us. And I realize now we held on, so you could say goodbye, so you could pass the baton, so we should continue with the rest. Why did the good die young? I will never understand. Why it had to be happening this way. We were so young. This should have never been like this. Who will I call now? You've left me all over. But it is well with me. We will turn to God. He will give us strength. He will give us comfort. This remains steadfast in prayer. You may have lost a brother, a son, a father, a friend, but we've gained an angel. Rest well, my friend, so we meet again. So, I've been thinking about how to speak about our brother Sandile for 5 minutes. I mean, do I speak about Sandile in Myeza? The boy I met in high school when he was 14, we were 15, but he commanded us as if he was older than us. When I was told that I'll be sitting with the rugby boys, he came to me and said, "Thina sabasemlazi mfana kithi, ozohlala ngala." On the first day of school, we walked together, and for some reason, he already knew where I lived. Do I speak about the boy I got into so much trouble with? Getting on the wrong side of Sandile the first time I met him, after we crashed the first of many cars. Do I speak about Sandile the pastor? Do I speak about Sandile Myeza, who created a brotherhood and consistently kept it together? Do I speak about DJ Shawn, one of the most gifted DJs I knew? He managed to get our friend, the advocate Numalo, to come to one of his gigs so that he could buy the drinks. But they remained friends, they remained colleagues, and he remained an advisor to Shawn. I mean, do I speak about the owner of Chicken or Beef Entertainment, where everything started? The man who organized gigs without a single cent, because he believed he was made for the media industry. He had a vision that we all began to share with him. Chicken or Beef went as far as presenting a whole pitch to his father, Babsane, to get more of his money. So we could find gigs, some of the gigs, to pay people like Abu Anga who were tired to perform for free. And after those gigs, myself, Sam, and Shawn would sleep in the taxi ranks, waiting for the first taxi in the morning. And he would say to us, Buffet, this is temporary. Do I speak about Shawn Ganana? Well, I think Charlene has given that. Maybe do I speak about Amani's father? I don't think I would do it in 2 minutes. Because as Sam has said, Amani was Shawn's greatest gift. Even when he broke his leg, he would force to drive and say, I just want to see my boy. Or do I speak about J.R. Lee, AJ's brother? The people that accept that they will be spending this New Year's without him. Do I speak about Babsanile's only son? The boy who calls his father in Jebem Shop. I'm shocked at Aitolanga Nimbang. But he loved his father, that he imitated him even on how he walked. He always spoke so highly of him, in good and in bad times. They grew from father and son to being old after. Do I speak about Sandile? That when myself, Tulani and Sam were at our lowest, he would say, "Ni weak bafana bam." When I and subsequently, he'd say to us, "But I got you, my boys." As you know, that you can never avoid fate, whether good or bad. Or do I speak about the original definition of fake it till you make it? Or do I speak about a short from Sony, MTV, Universal? I mean, hell, I'll speak about Sandile from Mr. Video. He would say, "Gents, this place is bigger. I'm bigger than this place, and one day I'll buy it." Or do I speak about Session XO? The man was criticized, insulted, but he never let anything keep him down. He fought his way up, and trust me, he was nowhere near where he wanted to be. Our brother loved all of us equally. He would drive to me at times where I'd be shocked that he's actually outside my gate when he calls me and he says, "Sandile, it's okay, but I actually for that gate." And he'd sit down and he'd vent for hours. And Shawn was not one person that would always just give me advice and use it, but he'd listen to me. Me and the James were privileged to spend his last birthday with him. Shawn was life of the party. And I was shocked when he called us and he said, "Guys, I actually want to just reflect. I don't want to do anything big. I want to just spend this birthday with my day ones." And subsequent to that, he'll just bring it with the XO. I say, "Levi, you know what to do." To Charlene, we're here for you, my sister. We know where you come from with Shawn. We were there. To Babu Myeza, I know he's left. Siyabonga konke okwenzela uBafu for being a father to him always. And I'm glad that you witnessed him at his last days when the success was pouring in. Sakuhlupha, yes, we did. But it was for a cause. Kamkhize, siyabonga ukusizalela indodana that became a man. Rest in peace, Mtakaba. Phumula Madlovu. Wagithi. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tabiso, but Shawn would call me Sandile. For not so obvious reasons, of course. And I called him Mega because of the type of person he was. He was a go big or don't go at all type of guy, especially during this past year, the guys have known. First, I would like to thank the Myeza family for giving me an opportunity to say a few words about my friend, brother, mentor, voice of reason, partner in schemes, my favorite launcher, amongst many other things. Shawn, my friend. It's crazy how 3 weeks ago we were having one of our heart-to-heart sessions, and once again, you guaranteed that you always be a phone call away if I ever need anything. And as usual, we end our chats with "I love you" and "I love you too." For the past 2 weeks, I kept telling myself that I'll soon wake up to your voice note or a call. Slayer, where are you? Stop sleeping in Panasam. There's something I want you to see. And for those that know those type of calls, you leave the house, you come back home 3 days later. At first, I smiled when I heard your voice in my head because I knew you were fighting. I knew how much you wanted to live for your boy. And I'll go on and quote something you said to me in June. We're having one of our chats again. What you give me? Mvana, I have money to raise and I still need my 911, so relax. Down. But since I got the call on Saturday that you left us, hearing your voice in my head still gives me comfort, but it also pains me to know that you're no longer here with us physically. It pains me to know that the guy who shined and shed his light with all of those that he loved isn't coming back home. Talking to you like this was never part of the plan in Myeza. We were robbed. I know if you were here, you'd make jokes and say, "Look for our Panabang, that's the new life." But we do our best to celebrate your life, not only today, but for as long as we live. We met 9 years ago in college. We both had separate tracks, but we soon found ourselves gravitating towards each other. We've had our moments to when you convinced me to skip class because you had some crazy money-making scheme that you wanted us to go and try out. And to when you call and say, "I'm Bana, share home savings as well. My blood." And because Shawn had a thing, he had a thing where whatever he said, he'd make you believe that, you know what, yeah, I see ends. And I've even lost count of the number of times I dodged well because of Shawn. The last time was this year. Over the years, we've had our fair share of moments we loved, we celebrated, we had our arguments here and there, which never went unresolved because of the type of person you were. Magnalung, you'd call and say, Mpana, let's meet up for breakfast and talk things out. Our relationship confused people because we were also opposites. He was loud, I wasn't. But we were very much in sync when it came to how we viewed life and the things we wanted. Shawn, aka Mega, aka Sir Shawn, recently rebranded to Shawn XO, was everything to us, me, his friends, his family, his colleagues as well. Jokes aside though, Shawn was a hard worker. If you had anything you wanted to do, Shawn would convince you, I'm Panabala, and bring me to my next point. I'd like to share just 5 things, life lessons from Sir Shawn. This is what JR would call the school of Sir Shawn. The first one is success necessitates risk. This one is self-explanatory, but Mark Shubile, that's what it says, like Mpanai, Aspalan, Kule. Just give it all. The second one, Shawn believed and brought out the best in people. And I think that's what we should all start to do. Shawn knew his worth. Shawn would leave money at the table. And when you ask, Mpan, why are you malenga? He's like, they'll call us when they're ready to give us what we want. And yes, because he was so Shawn, most of them would come back and give him what he wanted. Shawn had an ability to see and find positive in any situation, no matter how bad it was. And last but not least, Shawn lived life to the fullest. Even though I don't believe that he was done, but my brother lived. And I hope we all give ourselves a chance to do that. Also appreciate the people around us, because life is unpredictable. To Shawn's father, to Charlene, to Sister, JR, Leroy, AJ, Amani, the friends, and the rest of the Myeza family. I hope we hear from this. And lastly, to Shawn, Sir Shawn, Sandile, Mega, Mr. XO, Myeza. My friend, I thank you for everything you've done for me. I thank you for being a good friend and a brother, for the lessons you taught me and the love you showed. I thank you for everything, Ganwan. Love you always, and may your soul rest in peace. Thank you.
Dumelang bagaetsho. Ke nna Neo Tau Mutale, Majita le Komiketo. So Tabiso, Shawn and I went to college together. So I'm gonna try to be on a lighter note because everybody here has been saying some serious stuff. So when Shawn and Charlene started their thing, I remember there was a couch, a black and white couch that they bought together. They lived back room sort of cottage, yes. Wow. So, linear, but you know, it would fill all of us up. You understand? That guy, really, he was a genuine spirit. You know, he was ahead of us. Imagine we're in college. This guy is living with his girlfriend. What kind of a guy is that? It's the time to be young, you know. So I remember one night we had like a late lecture at Boston Media House. Now we bunk the class. We don't go. We go out. We drink. We come back. Now I have to drop him back home. He's out of it. He leaves me at the gate with Shalim. Shalim is shouting at me, "Ghetto, you don't do that." So, you know, as black parents, that's it. She's smacking me, Markamulu. "Ghetto, you don't do that." And he called me, Ekile, KZN. We had a project. So, I was doing a bit of construction in the South Coast, Port Shipston. So, whenever he's in Durban, Lebo Shalim, Bo JR and the gents, he called me up. We went to Palito the other time, Papai, Wapat. Now, when he calls me, he's like, "Eketu, over, nitafetu yazi ngisasela South Coast. Akuna network, akuna next. Ati ya mfana plus, yazi construction ayibhatali. Ngono uze la mfana ngithenge inyama. I'm sure la ukhona usilime." Thank you guys.
Thank you very much to the friends of Shawn. We are now just going to play a tribute video and then we'll resume the program as soon as that is done. Thank you.
I don't wanna hurt anymore. Stay in my arms every day. a friendship turned to a bond, and that bond will never be broken, the love will never get lost. And when brotherhood comes first, then the line will never be crossed. Established it on our own when that line had to be drawn, and that line is what we do, so remember me when I'm gone. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you're gonna be with me for the last time. Let the light guide your way, yeah. Hold every memory as you go, and every road you take will always lead you home. It's been a long day without you, my friends, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
To the friends and family of Shawn Myeza, to Zelani, and may his soul rest in peace. We will now continue on with the program, and I would like to call upon Shawn's friends or colleagues in the following order. Can you please have Junior Torres come up, DJ Q, Shemaine, as well as Dumi.
Greetings to you all. My name is Junior Torres, and to say that the couple of weeks have been difficult is an understatement. Can you guys all hear me? I get asked quite a lot how I'm coping, and the truth of it all is I'm not. I don't think any of us are. I've had the pleasure of speaking at both of my brother's memorial services. And as difficult as it is, I think it's therapy for me. I've been asking God to give me the strength to do Shawn some justice today, and I hope that he doesn't let me down. Shawn marks the fourth brother that I have lost in the past month and a half in the same manner, in a hail of bullets over nothing. It's hard not to ask God what our worth is when our brothers are being killed for having dreams and aspirations. Shawn was very instrumental in the release and sampling of my first studio album. He went over and above in such a way that really puzzled me. He could have just done the bare minimum just like everybody else. He went from being an employee that helped me release my music to my own personal A&R. I never released a song without getting advice from him first. From being my personal A&R, he became a colleague under Some Sounds. And he tell you the most crazy. There was a call, I had a conversation with sister brothers too. They both tomorrow because they say that people assume
the fact that I used to Uber Asian
increase in spirit, rotted.
Honored to be the last person to speak. Life that mattered, life that ensured Guti young boy parents that we've had was the same pain as he has alighted. Legacy alive. Sisters dream that yet so Guti it by many other something that we did not. Is the only person who knew details. It's taking place on Saturday in Durban, in the upper highway area, Brothers Hill, and it shall be preceded by a service exeni, which I believe details have been circulated. We are really very, very thankful to all of you for having set aside everything else that you had to attend to today and made sure that you are here with us. We are grateful for that. Riyalebuha hulu, siyabonga kakhulu, enkosi for the support that you've given us. You've made us stronger than before. And I'm sure Uguti, my son, our son, wherever he is, looking down upon us, is happy that we are all happy as we are seated here. Ngicabanga ukuthi mhlawumbe kubalekile ukuthi ngixolisele ubhuti wami, my brother, who had to suddenly leave. Not that he did not respect any one of you seated here. You would imagine ukuthi the only thing that could make him leave a ceremony like this would be something ebaluleke kakhulu. So he had to attend to an issue that we had started attending to since the beginning of this week. And we are happy standing before you to say it seems amalungiselelo, now that we have been able to unlock the challenge that we were facing, are going to go ahead. We were very worried that whilst people are making arrangements for accommodation in Durban, we may come back with sad news that there is a postponement burial. So I do want to say he has had to attend to that. We've been able to overcome that hurdle. So I can safely say the burial, yes, is taking place on Saturday. Those that need to make accommodation arrangements, they can freely do so around Durban. Brothers Hill is about 35 k's out of Durban, so it's close. Ngicela ukuthi ngibambe lapho, singiyabonga kakhulu.
Siyabonga kakhulu malume. Bengisacela uMam Virginia to please come forward and give us a closing prayer before we wrap up the program.
Sesiyabonga kusilela ithuba ngosinikeza lona manje. Thixo kulungile usukwenzile konke, siyafunda sithi kulungile Nkosi. Konke okwenzeka kuyintando yakho, siyabonga Baba. Sibonge nabantwana bonke Nkosi abaphumelele. Bese uyabaqinisa Nkosi yami izihlobo. Nabantwana Nkosi yami basuke endaweni eziningi moya ingcwele nakade besebenza naye Jehova kulunga. Cela Nkosi baqinise Nkosi mina babophele ibhanda likamoya ingcwele bahlale bathi khona Jehova unguThixo sicela ukuhle kwena ngezikhathi zonke sibonga ngempela igama likaJesu Kristu manje.
Mama. And to echo Malume Sisiso's sentiments, thank you so much to each and every one of you for making the time out to come and support the Myeza family. Just a reminder that light refreshments will be served as we have reached the end of the program. But I would like to just request as we exit, just to let the family exit the venue first, and then we will follow after that. Thank you so much, everyone.
Metsi. There was one. I'm looking.